Hi guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. Tonight I'm back to cooking. I'm going to make this really quick because this is going to be a 4 or 5 hour process that I have to put into 15 minutes. But tonight I'm going to be making Vietnamese Pho Bo. Now here in the States a lot of people pronounce it pho, and that's not how it's pronounced. It's pho or pho, and it's the food of the people in Vietnam. It has a rich history that you can read about on my blog, and tonight I'm going to be making Pho Bo, which is beef Pho Bo. And the main constituent in this soup is the broth, and that broth is made out of these beef marrow bones. This is a rich velvety broth. This is the kind of broth where you don't want to skim the fat. This soup is loaded with nutrients. It's delicious. It's versatile. As usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, the first order of business when making Vietnamese pho or Pho Bo, in this case, is I have the marrow bones in this pot boiling. I'm going to blanch them in this water for about 15 minutes to get out these impurities. Then once I've done this, I'm going to rinse off the bones and rinse off the pot and begin to make the broth. In the meantime, I'm going to make a bouquet garni to go with the broth. Okay, the bouquet garni for the broth is going to consist of 1 cinnamon stick, 3 star anise, 4 clove, some fennel seed, coriander seed, some fennel seed, 1 cardamom, and a little white and black pepper for some heat. And what we're going to do is I'm going to move this over, and I'm just going to take the cinnamon stick, and I'm going to break it in half. Make a little room in here. Okay. Star anise, cloves, 1 cardamom. Okay. Coriander, fennel, black and white pepper. All go into the bouquet. Okay, here we go. And we have a couple of ways we can do this. I kind of like it this way. We're going to go here, here, and I'm going to grab it here. I give it a little twist here. Forgot to give it a little twist here. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot that way. I don't have to use any string. There we go. There we go. A simple sachet for the beef broth. And then we're going to pull this out and discard it. Now I'm going to make some nuoc cham. Okay guys, there's a couple of traditional ways of eating Pho Bo. One way is to have some sriracha and hoisin sauce available on the table. The other way, and one of the more popular ways in Vietnam, is to have nuoc cham available. And so we're going to make some nuoc cham right now. It's Vietnam's favorite dipping sauce. So in goes the sugar. And here's some really warm water to help liquefy, melt that sugar. Okay. A little bit of fish sauce. The exact recipe for this nuoc cham will be on my blog post. The blog post will be available 24 to 36 hours after I do the video, because then I have to create it. Some vinegar. You can either use rice wine vinegar, which is what I'm using, or you can use white sherry. Garlic, one of my favorite things in the world. Okay. Get it all. Put it up in there. Some chopped up Thai bird chilies, red and green, and the seeds. Okay, this is a very simple dipping sauce. Very simple, very tasty. And last but not least, I like to add some sesame oil to mine. Gives it a nuttiness. Now this nuoc cham is going to sit, and the flavors are going to marry, and by the time the soup is ready, it's going to be a delicious add-on to it. Okay guys, step 2. After you've blanched the bones for about 10 or 15 minutes, I do 15 minutes, you rinse off the bones, you clean them by hand with fresh water, you clean out the pot, and you put fresh water, and you bring it back up to a boil just like this. And then you turn it down to a simmer, the lowest simmer possible. In Vietnam, they call it a smile, just the smallest simmer you can get. And I'm going to put a couple of things into this now to cook with it. Half an onion. That's going to come out at the end. some ginger, some beef. I've trimmed the excess fat off the beef. There's just enough for the flavor, and there's enough fat in the marrow for flavor. Okay. Some beef. Here we go. The beef will come out in about an hour, hour and a half. Okay? And, of course, my bouquet garni. And we're going to simmer this for an hour and a half to 2 hours, just like so. And then I'm going to remove the beef. Now, along the way, you might find more impurities coming to the surface. And like I said, you don't want to skim the fat away. So if you see more impurities, just take your spider and skim the impurities away. So I'm going to let this go for about 2 hours. Oh, I'm going to add a couple of other things for flavor. There's some fish sauce. There's a little bit of garlic. And just a little bit of salt. I know there's salt in the fish sauce, but it brings out the flavor. There we go. Okay. The Pho Bo has been simmering now for about 2 hours. And I've removed the lion's share of the beef that I put in. You can see that it's reduced in size significantly. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to cut it into small, thin pieces to be put into the bowls with the banh phu, the rice noodles. So I'm going to cut this stuff thin and continue simmering the soup. And then I'm going to have to strain the soup at least one time. And then we'll be back. Okay, guys. Now we're going to strain the soup to get the last of the impurities out of it from all the simmering. Grab it. We're going to strain it through a fine sieve. Any impurities that surface from the bone during the simmering process will be strained out. We'll have a nice, clear broth. Right now I'm preparing my rice noodles, or banh phu. In Vietnam, the preferred noodle is a flat, wide noodle like this. Okay? Now you can get these fresh, or you could get these dried. These were dried because I couldn't locate fresh in town. And that's okay. Just follow the directions on the packet. So I'm going to let these cook. And then I'm going to put them in a bowl with some meat and put a bowl of Pho Bo together for you. Okay, guys. There you have it. One bowl of Pho Bo with the noodles and some of the meat I cooked. And now it's time to garnish this soup. And this is how you would usually do it. You would have a plate of garnishes set around, and everybody who has a bowl would put what they want into the soup. So I'm going to put some bean sprouts, because I love bean sprouts. There we go. And some basil leaves. Love basil leaves. And it'll all cook because before you serve this, you let the soup come to a boil so that everything cooks inside. Okay? A little bit of cilantro. Okay. Squirt of a lime. Okay. A scallion or two. Gotta have that scallion. Oh. There we go. And here's the superstar, the part that I really love. This is eye of round. Thin strips of eye of round. That just adds flavor to the soup. It cooks in the hot broth. Cut it as thin as you possibly can. And it'll just cook in this broth. There we go. It started to cook. This is a big bowl of soup. It's a big appetite. Gotta love that eye of round. Oh my God. All right. Now, some people like to use sriracha and hoisin sauce. I didn't have any. But the other way they do it in Vietnam is to add some nuoc cham. and I made that earlier. And this is going to put some fire to it. All right. About 2 big tablespoons ought to do it. Maybe 3, because you know me, I like the heat. There it is, guys. 1 bowl of Pho Bo, garnished the way you like it. Okay, guys, thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. I hope you enjoy the Pho Bo. I hope you try to make it. It's delicious. It's a fantastic soup for the winter time. You can find the recipe for this on my blog, www.richardblaineseasycooking.com. It should be up within a day or so of me posting this video. As usual, I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.